Hey guys, it's Zeon, the realest motherfucking Dragon Ball community, and I am back with another Dragon Ball Super review. And it's episode 21. There you go, 21. The synopsis? Frieza's back. He's really angry. Good guys are fighting bad guys. Kuririn has PTSD until he remembers that he's actually a badass and then starts fighting. And Taguma's a stone cold bad motherfucker. First off, there's no Yamcha and no Majin Buu, just like in the movie. For Majin Buu, they give some sort of bullshit excuse about how, like, he's asleep and you just can't wake him up when he's sleeping. For Yamcha, he isn't even fucking referenced. I know, it's the joke, Yamcha sucks, ha 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 ha. He's still a fucking legitimate fighter. At least way more legitimate of a fighter than the Muten Roshi. The mere fact that the Muten Roshi is here is fucking weird. I mean, yeah, it's cool seeing him throw down after all these years. But to bring him, and then not bring Yamcha, or even inform Yamcha, is kind of odd. Another thing that's really odd about the Muten Roshi is that he is fighting in his big old buff form. And what makes that weird is that that form is usually just exclusive for him using his max power Kamehameha. And it's not something he actually uses in combat. I'd be more upset about this, but after he does launch a Kamehameha in the series, he does shrink back down to his normal size. And I kinda like that idea. He has this big buff form that he uses to launch his ultimate attack, or he can just use that big buff form to use strictly melee attacks and deal more physical damage that way. So we also get in this episode is Goku Vegeta's training, and then they get sucked up in some sort of weird portal thing. This honestly has no bearing on the rest of the episode. It'll probably factor in later on, probably has something to do with the SSGSS form, and no, I'm not going to say Super Saiyan Blue because it's a stupid fucking name. So I really have no opinion on this whatsoever as of right now. Now, something that is worth bringing up is Kuririn's depiction in this episode. While everyone's duking it out, being total badasses, tearing up Frieza soldiers, Kuririn is standing like in the background, not getting involved. Pretty much too terrified to move. And people have thrown some criticism at this. Why is Kuririn being a pussy? He's clearly stronger than these Frieza soldiers. Why won't he fight? One thing goes back to what I was saying before. He clearly has some form of PTSD. We're talking about a character who's usually out of his league, and has been throughout most of the series. He couldn't do shit against Piccolo Daimao, the Saiyans, Frieza, the Ginyu Force, the artificial humans, Cell, Majin Buu, Beers. He's just completely out of his league, and now Frieza's back, more powerful than ever, and this is against one of the guys who has killed him. So I think it's really understandable for his character to panic and just be frozen for a moment. In fact, where most people want to lob criticism at this character and his presentation in this series, I really like it. It gives dimension to his character, it gives humanity to his character. Throughout the majority of this series, Kuririn's just pretty much been the butt of jokes. Here they're treating him like an individual, like a person. He's a husband, he's a father, he's a cop, he wants to help. And he is a brave guy. But he's also a guy who's been through and seen a lot of shit. So I really feel that this scene, along with the Goku punch me scene, and the small little moments between him and 18 and Marin, is some of the best, most respectful treatment this character has gotten. And I also really like how that scene comes to a close, where all the Frieza soldiers are attacking him, and then he realizes, oh shit, right. I'm not a worthless little pussy. I am strong. I am a powerful guy. And I can defend myself and I can fight these guys. And he starts throwing down like everybody else. Now, something I didn't like about this scene was that whenever Frieza orders everybody to kill Kuririn, everyone else is like, no, Kuririn, we need to save you! But they don't. And you can say, oh, well, they were surrounded by Frieza soldiers. No, that's bullshit. If these characters really wanted to save Kuririn, they easily could have just plowed straight through these guys, no fucking around, and saved Kuririn. Hell, Gohan was still in his base fucking form. He wasn't in his ultimate, he wasn't a Super Saiyan, 1 or 2. The only reason these characters don't just fucking bust these guys up is to artificially create a sense of tension, which is shitty fucking storytelling. And it's made even worse right afterwards, when after Kuririn launches his awesome fucking scattershot technique that he hasn't used since the Sayonara. I really like that little bit of fan service, by the way. Everyone else starts using fucking key attacks, and they're just fucking tearing everyone's ass up. Like they should have been. It was dumb. Really fucking dumb. And now that the Frieza soldiers are thoroughly getting their ass handed to them, Chisami steps up. He flies up, grabs Gohan, and Gohan has this great line about like how he has a child now, and he can't let this happen. He needs to defend the Earth. It was a good scene. Hit me in the feels. I liked it. And then one of the most shocking twists of this entire arc, Taguma just fires a fucking shot straight through Sasami, through Gohan, and just drops both of them. Fuck. Like, Taguma is a stone cold badass motherfucker. Apparently. He goes on this whole speech about being weak and becoming stronger and being the type of soldier that deserves to stand by Frieza's side. And he talks about his training with him, which basically consisted of Frieza beating him near to death, putting him in a rejuvenation chamber, and then beating him near to death. But still, that's pretty fucking metal. And the fact that this character's personality is completely changed from this experience from being, "Sir, maybe we shouldn't go fuck with the Saiyans, they're pretty OP," to, "I have now learned the path of strength. I am a hardcore badass fucking soldier. Ruthless, cold, calculating." And there's actually a narrative reason for him having this switch over. Makes him one of the best fucking villains in this series, like in this franchise. Because let's be honest, most Dragon Ball villains are pretty shit tier villains. They're all basically evil, for the sake of being evil. They have no nuance or character or depth to them. So when Taguma shows up with a fucking backstory and development, and he's a B-list villain? Well shit, man, way to go and outshine the main fucking villain of the arc, whose entire story is based around revenge. So yeah, Taguma. Really fucking like him in Super. He's awesome. Something else that was awesome? Goten and Trunks sense Taguma's ki, and they're like, oh shit, there's like strong ki, let's go fight it. Because it really bugged me that that didn't happen in the movie. Though what does kind of bug me is, they didn't sense Frieza's ki when he first showed up. They sense Taguma's ki. Everyone else is like shitting their pants on the battlefield of, oh fuck, Frieza's so powerful now. And they don't sense a thing. Taguma flares up his ki, and the kid's like, oh shit, we have an ass to go kick. Not sure if this is implying that Taguma is stronger than Frieza's base form, or if this is just really shitty writing, but it was a little irksome that they didn't start sensing ki until that point. Especially considering people that they are friends with like Piccolo and Kuririn and Tenshinhan, and you know, Goten's brother, they're all duking it out, flaring up their keys, all these explosions are happening, and they don't notice that, but they notice Taguma's ki flare up, and they're like, oh shit. Mostly just a nitpick, still really bugged me though. Though that didn't bug me anywhere near as much as fucking Ginyu the Frog showing up. Goddamn Ginyu the Frog. It was already really contrived whenever he shows up, right where Frieza just happened to be resurrected. But now it's extra super goddamn contrived that he just happened to be, I guess, at Capsule Corp, and then just so happened to get in Jocko's spaceship when they went to confront Frieza. Honestly, of all the new things that they've added into this arc, bringing Ginyu back is the one thing that's really bugging the shit out of me. I know a lot of people are like, oh my god, Ginyu's back, I'm so excited! Why? He wasn't that interesting of a villain, he was basically a fucking joke. And considering what the rumor mill has been about how he's going to be incorporated into this arc, I'm not happy about that. If Captain Ginyu switches bodies with Taguma, who I consider one of the most interesting goddamn villains in this fucking franchise right now, seriously, this guy might actually be like in my top 5. Just so I can bring back Ginyu in this arc in some capacity, I'm gonna be fucking furious. Now one more thing I have to say before I wrap this review up, it's definitely one of the worst episodes I've seen this arc, but I do have high hopes for the next episode because I'm really looking forward to seeing Taguma throw down and tear some ass up. Let's just hope they don't swap him out with Ginyu halfway through the fucking episode. Till then, Zeon, out.